FilmDoctor Viewer is a special adaptation of the FilmDoctor software package developed by the Saxonian Institute of Surface Mechanics, which is designed to show the FilmDoctor capabilities using a set of specific pre-adjusted examples. Thereby, it allows the testing of FilmDoctor. You can perform all calculations in a simple and easily comprehensible way. The use of FilmDoctor Viewer is a child's play, and the best thing is, you can get this little software for free. When you have downloaded the FilmDoctor Viewer, installed it on your computer and open it for the first time, the activation page with all the necessary registration information opens automatically. The program evaluates your personal serial number, and with a simple click on the button Request Free Activation Code, an email to the program supplier will be prepared automatically. This serial number, which is related to unique hard and software information, is not transferable to any other computer. It is calculated automatically by the program, and you are requested to send this number together with your personal data such as name, affiliation and address to the service address service@siomag.de. Usually it only takes several hours until the program supplier sends the registration code via email. This code needs to be entered in the corresponding field of the software start page, and after that, FilmDoctor Viewer can be used straight away when clicking OK. The software FilmDoctor Viewer then is open, and you can see all available projects with which you can work. In this case, it is the example Scratch on Hard Coating, which could be a typical cutting tool application. The Material Overview page shows the parameters which have been chosen for this project here. The example Scratch on Hard Coating has defined the material substrate with a Young's modulus of 564 GPa and is coated with a layer of 11 micrometers thickness and a Young's modulus of 450 GPa. Please be aware that you are not able to change these settings, as it is only the viewer version of the much more advanced software FilmDoctor. The viewer enables you to see the main features of the full software on a specific example only. The Scratch Overview page presents the measurement data which have been set as input for this very example. The scratching probe was a spherical indenter with the given parameters. The calculation areas cannot be changed here, but you have the chance to adapt the view options in the chart graph. Just play around with the features all by yourself to find out what options the software provides. Now we want to go to the calculation page and see what options we get here within this viewer. There you can define your resolution and start different kind of calculations. A two-dimensional single contact situation with a lower resolution will take only several minutes on an ordinary laptop, whereas you can have up to 1 hour calculation time when the software has to calculate a three-dimensional animation in highest resolution. The table on the right-hand side of this window gives you an overview of the needed calculation time in minutes. Furthermore, you can select the type of stress and adapt the presentation mode of this graphical illustration down here. In this example, we first of all select a 2D calculation in a single position and with a low resolution, so that you might get an impression of how long it feels for this calculation. Be aware that this video shows now the full calculation length here. Wow, nearly finished. So the calculation time is about 50 seconds here on my laptop. After the calculation has finished, the 2D view opens automatically and shows the graphical presentation of the calculated contact. You have several options here to change the view and setting. Just try it out and play with it. You can't do anything wrong. And now let's go back to the calculation window and select a lower resolution and calculate a 2D animation. Again, this is the real calculation time which you see here in this video. After about 70 seconds, the calculation has finished and an additional panel opens up on the right-hand side of the viewer. You can see all animation settings in this animation control panel. When you minimize it, you can find it on the lower left of your computer screen or reopen it by clicking again onto 2D view. Here is where you now start your animation. You may change the animation speed and select repeat, so that the contact situation is animated as a small, endless video. You can see that the pictures appear somewhat rough or grainy. This, of course, is due to the low resolution which we have chosen before in order to get a first clue. So it shall not bother us for now, as I'm going to show you how to fix this here in the next step. You want to know how? Well, let's go back to the calculation page then. Here we could restart the 2D animation with a higher resolution and see that the calculation time goes up to approximately 19 minutes. In order to spare you the waiting time, we here now just have cut out the calculation process a little and go straight back to the finished result. So this is no real-time calculation this time. Stepping over to the 2D view again, we can see that the calculated animation is much smoother to look at now. You have the option to click into the 2D graphic and look more closely at the values of the Z and X planes in the line graphs on the left-hand side whenever you need to investigate a certain value in more detail. Once you have done some longer, maybe high-resolution evaluations, you can save the project and don't need to recalculate them when you want to continue to work with it later on. The next time you open the FilmDoctor Viewer, you will find the already calculated evaluations right there and can proceed with your current work without any waiting time. Let us now do a fancy three-dimensional calculation for a change. On the calculation page, we select the original resolution and start the 3D single contact evaluation. The table on the right-hand side shows us that this calculation will probably take about 3 minutes. But hey, the information panel now says something like 2 hours and 26 minutes. Don't worry. Because of pre-calculations, memory allocation and depending on your resolution settings, the live estimated remaining calculation time could show much too high values at the beginning of the calculation process. The shown values should be reliable if at least 10% of the calculation is finished. For your convenience, I have cut out the boring calculation time and hop straight to the point where the evaluation is finished 100%. When the calculation is ready, we open the 3D view and see a perfectly nice three-dimensional picture. Again, you are free to try all options available here, which would allow you to adapt the chart to your needs. You can move it, rotate or zoom the 3D graphic, you may hide the scratch picture and show it again, hide or show the color bars, change the color settings of the picture itself, and select the stress variance. And finally, let's see if we can also generate a nice three-dimensional video animation. Again, we select the original resolution and see in the table that a 3D animation with this resolution should take about 20 minutes. We start the animation and wait. Once more I trimmed the calculation process a little in order not to waste too much of your valuable time here. So again, the calculation process in this bar does not show the real evaluation time this time. Nevertheless, a little of the tension must be maintained. So, yes, nearly done. And here we go. The 3D view now provides the option of starting the animation. You can play it and reset it and play it again and again and again. This really is a very useful tool for presentations, for example. And again, you can adapt it to your needs. Now you have a great portfolio of graphics. A 3D graph with an animation, a 2D graph with an animation. You can have a look at the line graph and also at a rather boring but sometimes also helpful chart which shows you all the calculated values in table form. All in all, we conclude. We have seen that FilmDoctor Viewer is a nice little tool, a special adaptation of the FilmDoctor software package, and it is designed to show the main capabilities of the big brother FilmDoctor. Thereby, it uses a set of pre-adjusted examples that in our case was a scratch on a hard coating. This could be a typical application for cutting tools. With FilmDoctor Viewer, all calculations can be performed in a simple and easily comprehensible way. This way, we can produce 2D and 3D graphics and video animations. The use is a child's play. And the best thing is, this viewer is absolutely free of charge. So please contact us for more information and to get your free version of this software tool. Thank you very much for your attention.